Can you hear me, Anna? How do I mute it? The mute isn't showing up. No, I'm talking. It's coming from the computer, not the. So I'm trying to mute the computer, but it's not showing up where it usually does. See if she can hear you over here.
Thank you. Check, check. Check, check.
It seemed like it's working on the. You were trying to unmute it or mute it?
I'm trying to mute the computer because it's coming from the computer and not there.
Can you mute it right on the keyboard? The little like speaker thing on the keyboard?
All right, okay, I did it now.
Check, check. Check, check. Is the bar still jumping?
Yeah, even like work.
Check, check.
Cool. Anything y'all want to do today? Shoulders. What was it? Half moon? Okay. We're close. I think we might have just passed it, but we're pretty close to the actual half moon. Yeah. I think it was maybe like 2 days, maybe 2 days ago, a day or two ago it was. Yeah. I just know it was beautiful sitting in the sky the other night, just like, yeah, it was cool. Yeah, it was cool. All right, so half moon is kind of like some adductors, a little bit of glute stuff. We'll play with that. That's some balance. All right, let's do it. Take a nice seat. Close the eyes. Sit up tall. You know, we always talk about this time being our centering or our turning inward. So in the simplest forms, just listen to yourself breathe. You know, this is like a preparation. You know, you always hear me talk about the middle of the hourglass. Well, this is you bringing yourself right here to this moment. You know, and it's funny how for me in my life, I do this a lot. I never really thought about it, but the one that I did ponder the thought, I was like, you know what, I do kind of, in a lot of things I do, I prepare myself first. And most of us probably do the same thing. You know, when I even get in the water, I have this little ritual that I have to do to kind of bring myself, right, to be in that space, to be in that moment. Those challenges that I'm going to have to kind of work through. And that's what we do on the mat. We set ourselves up. We know that our practice is going to have ebb and flows. Some things are going to be challenging and some things are going to be accessible. And the work for us in our practice is to know the difference, to turn on things that are a little deficient, to open up things that are a little tight, to create balance for ourselves. Is that easier said than done? Of course it is. But the cool part about yoga is the work is fun. We'll enjoy our time together here. We'll work hard for ourselves and for each other. And we'll leave feeling better than when we came. From listening to yourself breathe all the way up to Ujjayi breath. Where is it that you need to settle into? Maybe sit up tall again. Notice how that misalignment wants to dominate us. Where the upper back rounds and the shoulders fall forward and your head and chin fall to the floor. So just work the opposite. Sit up tall. Let the shoulders settle back just a little bit. We don't want to pinch them to our midline, but we just want them to settle a little. We want to take our head and our throat back and bring your chin down just a little bit. We're not trying to touch our chest, but we don't want to look up to the sky. And now hold that space. The next inhale, let the arms lift. And let the exhale bring the fingertips and the knuckle pads, the root, as the heels of the hands lightly touch. And one time together to initiate our practice. Together, the sound of Om. All together. Deep breath in. So softly bow our head to our heart. Our head to each other's hearts. Inhale, lift the head, open the eyes, release the hands. That's the same thing you do in the Om, right? The Om, you're warming up your breath, right? You're setting an intention for it because we're about to really use it. So let's swing around all fours, hands, and knees. Because now right away here, we're going to start to put our breath with all of our movements. Even the smallest of adjustments, you want it to take whatever your breath is. If you adjust it before, then you can let it go. But like if I want to set my hands, it's for that full breath. I'm rooting down, I'm clawing, I'm hugging in. Then I'm pulling the energy up my arms. It's for a full round of breath. Charging up the legs. So in the hands and arms, you're hugging into the midline. Forearms to the center, you're squeezing those biceps. Legs, you're curling the toes. Sweep the inner heels out, hug the shins in. Pulling up your pelvic floor. Pull your belly in, pull your shutters closed. Now the settling, and we're sliding our throat back. Now the settling is a little bit between the shoulder blades. We don't want to round like this, but we don't want to collapse like this. So find where that sweet spot is. And now breathing and feeling the side body starting to lengthen and the ribs starting to expand. And then when you're ready, oscillating cat-cows. So take the hips up, back, and around on that inhale. The exhale is going to bring them forward, down, and under. Up, back, and around. Forward, down, and under. Let's do 5 one way. And we'll do 5 side 2. But take your time. Here's where we're linking the breath to movement. So if it's 2 seconds to inhale, it's 2 seconds to arch. And 2 seconds to round on the exhale. Now after your 5, come to neutral. And then when you're ready, work your side 2. For the shoulders, we're feeling how we can hold the head of the arm bone into the shoulder socket. So we're creating some stabilization energy here. Now this is my 5th one. So I'm going to come to neutral. Whenever you're ready, we'll meet back in that low mountain. Notice if you're lifted up too much, sunken too much. Find where the sweet spot is, that the head of the arm bone's rooted, but you're still pushing down and you're feeling the upper back start to broaden and open and the chest widen and those side bodies lengthen. Take the knees back a couple inches. Take the right leg back, ball the foot on the floor. And now we just start to reach back out of the heel, forward out of the crown of the head, but keep that belly in. Expand and breathe side to side. Exhale, lower. Take the left leg back. Feeling that nice energy work from the hip down the back of the leg and out of the bottom of the heel and forward and side to side, all directions.
Exhale, lower it down. Walk the knees back in, all fours. Take a breath. Step back to plank. So you can see my shoulders are going to be stacked up on top of my wrist crease, and I'm reaching out at my heels. Then when you're ready, downward dog. So that's how I know I'm measuring my distance from my downward dog as well. Now, if you want to bend the knees here, bend the knees. If you want to straighten the legs. It's wherever you want to play. Bending the knees, though, is going to soften the dog. It's going to make it a little more accessible, especially if you're working the upper body. Now, the challenge here, one of the main elements in downward dog is to get your arms to go overhead. So that's one of the main things we're trying to get. It's arms overhead. There's two of them. And there's your sit bones are going to like where the ceiling and the wall meet, not the sky and not the floor. Now, as we hug the hands in and we keep the forearms and the inner biceps lifting up, slide your throat forward, like to the front of the room where the ceiling and the wall meet. And now what we're going to try to do is get our cheeks or our ears in line with our biceps. So as we push our hands down and forward, as we keep sliding the throat forward, now take your chest back towards your toenails. And there's the arms truly going overhead. And if you look to the side, you can look right into your bicep. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, lower chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, baby cobra. Take the 3 nice breaths. So you could stay low here. You could start to come up a little bit higher, whatever your flavor is, but shoulders are back and down away from your ears. After your 3 breaths, lower the chest, push up through plank, back to downward dog. Now keep those arms lifting up, keep that throat sliding forward, keep the chest softening back. Now pull your heels to your butt. Now start to pedal the heels. So the right heel reaches down, inhale it up, exhale the left down. Inhale it up, take that right down, and just keep going side to side, but with your breath. Keep the knees tracking the ankles and staying in line with the hip instead of letting the knees collapse to the midline here. One more each side. Come to neutral. Next inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, lower chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, baby cobra. Take the 3 nice breaths. Squeeze those shoulders back. After the 3 breaths, back to chaturanga or lower your chest. Push up through plank. Back to downward dog. Notice how the pose is opening up a little more. It's a little easier to take the chest back to the toenails and get those arms to go overhead. It's getting a little easier to then reach maybe down the back of the legs. Now to keep those shoulders nice and safe, next inhale, come forward to plank. Now you want to spin the lids off the ball jars. So your right hand spinning out to the right, your left hand spinning out to the left. And as you lower in chaturanga, you're going to feel the back of your shoulder blade root nice and strong. Yeah, that's how we keep our shoulders safe in those chaturangas. That's a big one. After your 3 breaths, lower the chest or push up or back to chaturanga, push up through plank, back to downward dog. Reach the right leg straight back, step it through, lunge. Now put the weight into your legs. Your hands are touching, but we're not really pairing weight down into them, right? They're just giving us a connection. We want to put the weight down in the legs. So work from your feet and push down and draw in. The draw-in is going to be front to back, so front heel back, back toes forward. Side to side, shins in towards the midline. Top to bottom was push down. Now keep the power in the legs. The expression here is going to go heel back, knee forward, reaching up through the crown of the head, breathing side to side. One more breath. Keep the left hand down, draw the right elbow back.
Maybe take the twist as you reach up to the sky. Keep that twist above the waist in that middle upper back. Maybe start to look up. Inhale, come back to center. Place the hands down. Step back, downward dog. Move through one vinyasa. Stay with your breath. Spin the lids off those ball jars. Well, I guess technically one would be on and one would be off. Notice if your chin's hanging again. If it is, slide the back of your neck or your throat forward. If your head and neck go, your upper back goes, you disengage the arm out of the shoulder socket. Reach the left leg straight back, step it through, lunge. Or shall we say, it's not in its optimal home. Get that front knee right on top of the ankle and track it right in line with that second toe. Now keep pulling the power in so you're pushing down and hugging in. Square that right hip forward a little bit more. Now that we pull the power in, we can express it out. So we reach out of the heel and the knee and the crown of the head and the ribs side to side, right? All directions. One more breath. Now this time the right hand stays down. Keep that right hip lifting up. Draw that left elbow back. Maybe reach that left arm to the sky. Now in the shoulder, spin the right bicep forward to root the shoulder back. If your bicep's turning in, your shoulder's disengaging. Keep the root going back. Now maybe reach up a little bit further. Maybe start to look up. And then inhale, come back to center. Nice, y'all. Place the hands. Step back, downward dog. Move through one vinyasa. Look forward, bend your knees, step or jump between your hands, swing your arms up, take a nice big reach. Maybe curl back that little bit. Inhale, come up, hands in front. Then bring your right arm in front, plug it in, just bring it across the midline a little bit. That nice little stretch over that medial delt, that middle of your shoulder. It's more important to concentrate keeping the head of the arm bone in than the little stretch. So it's really, you want to feel that you're engaging through the rotator cuff and you're holding your arm in as compared to this. That's me disengaging my arm bone. Keep it plugged in. Yeah. Exhale, release, swap side two. It really should only go like just past the midline. See, if I go past my shoulder, that's where I disengage. So keep that plug and just across a little bit. Exhale, release. Swing the arms up. Take that right hand behind your back, left hand to your elbow. Keep the heels heavy. Keep the inner thighs back. Keep the sacrum back. Keep the shutters closed. Push your head back. Yep. Now draw your fingers up. Exhale, release. Inhale the arms up. Swap side two. Tadasana through the rest of your body. So mountain pose, all right? Just a little variation here. So right now I'm starting to feel my muscles in my legs starting to quiver a little bit. Right? I've been squeezing them for a while. Exhale, release. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look forward. Now plug the arms in. And as you fold into the pose, notice if you're disengaging the arms to get the hands to the floor or if you're working at your hip crease, and the length of this pose is happening from the back of your legs and through your like up your muscles, up your spine. It's easy to just overreach to try to get our hands down. So use your blocks or your fingertips. If you can take the pose further, go for it. We were doing hands flat and back of hands, whatever the flavor is going to be. But where do you need to be? Take the right hand to the outside of the left calf or twist. Left hand, calf or shin,
Left hand to fingertips block our hip for the twist here. Feel free to reach the arm up if you want to extend a little bit more. And we turn the palm towards the wall with the window and the door on the right hand. So we take the shoulder back. Inhale, come back to center. Pause, like down the middle, and then swap side 2. So see, I take this left hand, and I'm going to turn it this way towards the brick wall. My thumb is facing forward. That takes my shoulder like supination or external rotation. Then I can start to reach up maybe. Inhale, come back to center. Next inhale, look forward. And exhale, fold. Bend the knees, place the hands, step the right leg back, lunge. Inhale, come up, Virabhadrasana 1 crescent. Keep that right hip squaring forward. Keep going up here. So you're pushing down and you're lifting up. Even reach up through your thumbs. Now maybe curl back in the pose. One more breath. Exhale the hands down, step forward. So push from that right foot to that left heel. Then keep the knees bent, reach the left leg back. Same thing, reach out of the heel here. Find the lunge first, then inhale, come up, Vira 1. Same thing here, right? If you need to stop and plug, you plug. If you feel like you've got them integrated as they go up overhead, go for it. But don't lose the power on those legs. Even as you express back, as you express forward. One more breath. Exhale the hands down, step forward. Swing the arms up, take a big reach. Take the hands behind your back, interlace your fingers. Fill those ribs up. So same thing here, right? Mountain pose. You can see my feet. My toes are spread, my legs are charged up. Core hugging in. Then I take the shoulders back. You want to go deeper, take the hands away from your back a little bit more. Bring it up the arms. Exhale, release. Sit back as the knees bend. Swing the arms up, big reach. Right hand grabs that left wrist. If you want to play with the balance, you're going to plug the right leg up. If you want to keep the right leg down, keep it down. And we're side bending towards the brick wall. Now here, one of the things is going to be take your arms back. Yeah, take your head and your throat back. Inhale, come back up the center. Release. Swap side 2. So plug in. Little side bend, but then notice, do I have to take my arms back a little more, or can I? Can I take the head and throat back a little bit more? Inhale, come up, release the hand and the foot. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. Again, notice, did you disengage the heads of those arm bones? It's easy to happen, right? So you just check into it. Make sure that the depth of the pose is happening at the hip crease. Just like we don't want the upper back to round. We want this to happen at our hip crease. So if you inhale, look forward, your spine gets long, right? You feel like you didn't round your upper back. Now as you fold, let it happen at the hip crease until it can't go anymore. Then when it can't go anymore, let the upper back go. One more breath. Bend the knees, place the hands, step or jump back, downward dog. Move through your vinyasa 3 times. So just start to flow a little bit now. We bring the challenge up a touch. Stay with your breath. Keep working those ball jar lids. Really what that action is doing is it's getting the bottom tip of your shoulder blade, your scapula, to stay rooted. That's what that action is doing for you. We'll meet back in downward dog. Keep pushing those hands down and forward. Keep the chest working back to the toenails. We've been working on this the past few weeks in our downward dog holds. Keep breathing. If you feel like your chin keeps falling to the midline, look forward. Like you're trying to just look between your hands. You might not be able to see all the way up there, but that's the action. And reach the right leg straight back, step it through, lunge. Spin the back heel, come up extended side angle, Utthita Parsvakonasana. So bent arm to bent knee. Line up the balance beam, heel in line with back arch, front heel with back arch. Same thing here. I always say to y'all, if you want to stop and plug the arm in, take the arm out front, plug it in. If you feel like you can sweep it up and it's integrated, go for it. But there's nothing wrong with pausing to feel that you rooted that back. If you want to bring the hand down to the block or the floor, go for it. Keeping the power in those legs. If you want to rotate, start rotating. But on that right arm, keep spinning that bicep forward to keep that shoulder going back. One more breath. Push into that front heel. Come up into that warrior two. Power. Every muscle I have right now is hugging in to bone, right? There's tons of muscle energy here. The only kind of organic energy is softening my face as I look over my middle finger. And then exhale your hands down. Nice, y'all. Spin that back heel up. Downward dog. Move through one vinyasa. Keep tapping in to that spinning the ball jar lids thing. And your shoulders are going to feel super engaged and connected. I tell you all the time, y'all do a lot of chaturangas with me, right? We do a lot of vinyasas. So we want to make sure that when we do 10 vinyasas or 12 vinyasas, that they're all going to be positive for us, not negative. Reach the left leg straight back. Step it through. Lunge. Spin the back heel. Climb the elbow to the knee. Sweep the bicep up along the cheek. Right, as adult athletes, y'all know, shit happens quick. Right, we need to be focused on this stuff. Little things happen, right, fast. That's why we want to practice slow, so we can feel what's happening in our body. If you're taking that left hand down to the block or the floor, go for it. You want to feel everything. The belly's in, shutters are closed. Maybe we take the top of the ribs back and the bottom of the ribs forward as we start to rotate a little bit. Breathe. Push into your front heel. Inhale, come up, warrior two. See, I don't want any of this to move. Now, if it moved, like this, I bend back into it, but if I can hold it, right, now I can play somewhere else. Reach through your back hand that little bit. Keeps the upper trunk nice and tall. Pull the belly in. Pull those shutters closed. One more breath. Beautiful. Y'all spin the hands down to the floor. Spin the back heel up. Downward dog. One vinyasa. Stay with your breath. When you get back to downward dog, exhale, lower your knees. Take a little break, grab a drink, wipe your face. I don't know what that says, but feel free. I'm trying to be more generous with the studio's air conditioning. So, you know, I told you I'm usually stingy with it. But I don't know if it's actually on that. It might be what it's set to. Oh, yeah, it's set to what, 72 maybe or 1? Yeah. Yeah. Because like as an endurance athlete, for me, it doesn't really start until I start to sweat and I start to get to like all the way to the edge, right? So for me, I'm like, oh, this is just beginning. I'm a little bit damp. I got to remember that's just me, right? As I drink some hot tea in between. All right, inhale, come up, all fours. Turn the hands out. Hey, they did this little like psychological experiment on endurance athletes. And it's like the suffer. Until we suffer, we don't think we're working hard enough. But think about endurance athletics, like anybody who runs like a marathon or right, things like that, biking. The whole idea of that is, which is kind of like anything that you do, same thing in yoga. You gotta think to yourself, I'm going so hard, I might not make it, right? But I make it, right? That's how it goes. That's endurance athletics. But that's how you got to push yourself, right, to the edge. Inhale, unwind. Sit back on your heels. Rest a little spin. Inhale, come up. Exhale, hands down. Turn your hands out. Pull those bellies in. Remind us to laugh about what I said to you near the airport on that bike ride that time. Were you thinking? I was thinking the same thing. Inhale, unwind, sit back, give that little spin.
I just about threw up right
And then inhale, come up, exhale, hands down, all fours. And then step back to plank. So same thing here. Spin the ball jars. So on your right one, I guess you're tightening. And on your left, you're loosening. Right? That's going to keep the, right here, you're going to feel the bottom tip of that shoulder blade start to draw in. We want that. What happens if I turn my hand in this way? Look what happens to the bottom tip. It peels away. When I turn this way, it integrates. That's what we're looking for. Keep breathing. Now, if you want from here, you can push back to downward dog first, or from plank, roll to the outside of the right foot, stack the left foot on top or in front, come into side plank. We have you all come from downward dog because it's usually a little more accessible. The hips are up. This was just a little bit different challenge. Now, root down into the thumb and the pointer finger side of the hand. Yes, inhale, come back to plank. Now, if you want to push back to downward dog, go for it. If you want to go from plank into side two, roll to the outside of the left foot, stack the right foot on top or in front. Maybe look up. Maybe soften into that pose. So you settle, right? Isn't like you let go, you just settle into it. Inhale, come back to plank. Keep breathing here. Push back, downward dog. Nice, y'all. Reach the right leg straight back. Step it through. Lunge. Exhale, lower the back knee. Inhale, come up, hands to the bent knee. So as I come up slow and I start pulling that belly button in. So my belly works away from my thigh, right? See, I could come up like this and my belly's still touching my thigh. So I didn't change my pelvis at all. When I bring my belly button in, now I start to change my pelvis. Then bend your left knee, reach back with your left hand. Grab your ankle, your foot, or your strap. Square that left hip forward. Try to bring that left shoulder forward. Take the right shoulder back. There's a little core in this quad stretch, right? So you got to keep pushing down and hugging in. And then start to draw that heel towards the sit bone. Intensify that quad stretch a little bit. And then in the arm, to go a little further if you want, you go right arm in front and you plug. You bend your elbow and you bring your fingers to the back of your head. Now from here, you want to take your elbow to like where the ceiling and the wall are meeting. And as you do that, go here at the occipital so your throat stays open. Don't go at the back of your neck here, my throat closed. I want to be up top here. One more breath.
Nice, y'all. Watch the buoying as you release. Place the hands down. Lift the back knee. Step back, downward dog. Reach the left leg straight back. Step it through. Lunge. Lower the back knee. When you're ready, inhale, come up, hands to bent knee. Take a couple breaths. Yep, just set it up. Now, if you feel like your hamstring locks up when you reach back to grab your heel, what you do is you shift your hips back like this, and then grab your ankle, and then shift back into it. If it feels comfortable to just bend here like this and reach back, go for it. It's not a right or wrong. It's just going to help make it a little more accessible for you. Keep that belly putting in, square that right hip forward. Bring those right shoulders forward. Yep. Now draw that heel towards your sit bone. Intensify that quad stretch a little bit. But keep dragging that back knee forward. That's going to keep nice stretch happening. And the belly button's drawing in. Yep. And then as the heel goes to the sit bone, it just intensifies it. And the left arm comes in front if you want to go there. Hands behind the head. And you're going to look up at that occipital. See, even here, see my shoulder wants to do this. I'm going to go this way. Shoulder back. If I could turn external rotation, maybe I even go external rotation. One more breath. Watch the buoying as you release. Hands down. Take a breath. Lift the back knee. When you're ready, downward dog. Move through one vinyasa. Next inhale, come forward to plank. Slowly lower to your bellies. Take that right hand out to the side. Bend your left knee, roll towards your right hip. Step the foot behind. So I don't think I've done this with y'all in a while, but you could see how I TP my fingers. I like this version where I'm supporting that right shoulder joint. I have done the hands clasped behind my back version. I just like this one better, but what do you like? If you want to take your hands behind your back and interlace your fingers, go for it. The closer to your butt, the more accessible. The higher up towards your head, the more challenging. But keep working forward to stretch the arm, forearm and bicep, and then left shoulder or left chest towards the sky to open up that right pec muscle, your right chest. Inhale, come back to center. Just take a breath down the middle, and when you're ready, take your left hand out to the side, bend your right knee, roll towards that left hip. And then TP the fingers. Now charge up from your feet through your legs. Pull it through the upper trunk, your arms. Your left hand, you're clawing into the floor. Your right hand, you're stabilizing yourself. And as your chest drags forward towards the wall with the window and the door, you get into the arm. And as the chest starts to open towards the sky, you get the left side of the pec and chest there. Front of that left shoulder. And inhale, come back to center. Take a breath. Place the hands, middle of your chest like nipple line. Take your shoulders back. Curl your toes. Pull your bellies in. Push up chaturanga. Push up plank. Yeah. Push back downward dog. Nice, y'all. We've been working on that for a while. That is not easy, right? That's a super challenge. Look forward, bend your knees, step or jump between your hands, swing your arms up, take a nice big reach. Draw that belly in, lengthen those sit bones down. Maybe curl back. Inhale, come up. Exhale, hands in front. All right, let's go triangle. All right, right leg forward, left leg back. We'll kick up into Ardha Chandrasana from there. Okay, so keep your block handy. When your arm is out in front of you, okay? The distance that you want your hand out in front of you is from your hip to your armpit. So it'd be like if my arm was out like this, just out to the side. Now, what does that turn into when I hinge? See where I'm at? Just from my hip to my armpit. If I'm in here or I'm out here, right, I'm not going to keep my foundation solid, right, just from over or under reaching. So try to get that set up. All right, here we go. Right leg forward, left leg back. If you're not sure what the distance is, bend into the lead knee, come to like your warrior two. I always go short on this. So I always just measure myself up, so then when I straighten my legs, I got that good distance. Take this left hip back. Take your arms up. Breathe and get nice and tall up out of the waist here. Yep, when you're ready, hinge at the right side of the hip. Bring the hand down to the block of the floor. Keep ripping your feet together as you go down. It'll keep those hips from popping. So you're ripping your front heel back and your back toes forward. Now push your big toe mound down. That's going to keep the foundation rooted in the foot. Pull the energy up the legs. Spin that right shoulder back. Maybe look up at your left arm. One more breath. Now exhale your left hand to your hip. Bend your front knee. You can kick up from here or drag that foot forward as you come up into Ardha Chandrasana. Keep the heel heavy. So keep reaching your left heel back to your right heel. Gets nice and heavy. We want that. You want to go with the quad stretch. You bend your left knee. You reach back. You grab the ankle of the foot of the strap. The strap would already be on your foot. You'd be hooking it with your hand. Now start to curl back. But keep adducting to the midline. Keep bringing right sit bone towards right heel. One more breath. Release the leg if it's there. Scissor the legs as you float back. Bend into that lead knee, warrior two. Step forward. Nice, y'all. I can't remember the last time we did that together. Come on, let's try side two. Left leg forward, right leg back. You know, for me, we just talked about getting to the edge. That's my nemesis pose, has been from the door. And just Ardha Chandrasana, not with the quad stretch. So today, I pushed my own edge a little bit. What did I do? Did I force myself into it? No, I took a breath, set my foundation, engaged, and it felt right, right? So we went for it. Here we go. Breathe. Get nice and tall here. Yep. When you're ready, hinge the left side of the hip. Remember, if you just do the shit that you're good at, right, you're just plateauing. We want to grow every single time. And in order to do that, we're going to push our edge. We're going to positively stress ourselves. Right? That's exercise. Positive stress on your body. Spin that left shoulder back. Maybe start to look up. You're prepping the balance by looking up. Now breathe. Right hand to your hip. Bend your left knee. Half step in. So I could drag my foot like this. And I'm going to get all that power as I then come up. Now the first thing that wants to happen is you want to go into your toes. Don't let it. So keep reaching your right heel back more. Get that left heel heavy so your toes can move. Now start lengthening the sit bone towards the heel to start opening up. Now if you want to bend the knee, reach back with that right hand. Keep scissoring in. Keep the heel heavy. If the toes crunch, the heel gets light. Now start to curl back. Nice, y'all. Release the leg if it's there. Scissor the legs as you float back. Bend into the lead knee. Warrior two. Step forward. Awesome. Set the feet. Sit back as the knees bend, swing the arms up, take a nice big reach. That was awesome, y'all. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. One more time, notice if those arms are plugged in. And when you're ready, bend the knees, place the hands, step or jump back, downward dog, move through one vinyasa.
Reach the right leg straight back, step it through, pigeon. I'm not sure I could do this with y'all, but I'll try. I can't. So I'm just going to kind of be in this position a little bit as compared to a little more parallel. So you want that right knee nice and wide to the right edge of your mat and left knee in line with your hip. I want to hug my knees together. See how I lift up off the mat when I hug my knees in? I want that. Now I know a lot of you like to fold, so pull your pelvic floor up, pull your belly in and your shutters closed, and then walk your hands out front. Then as you fold, hinge at the hip crease, not here at the upper back. This way, look out in front of you. Yep. Nice opener in the back of that right hip and down the back of that right leg. Good work happening in the upper back and in the back of the neck. And then inhale, come up, place the hands. When you're ready, lift the hips, unwind that right leg, reach it back to where the ceiling and the wall meet. Exhale, lower it down. Take a breath. Reach the left leg straight back. Step it through, pigeon side two. So this one you can see a little bit easier on how I'm trying to get my shin as close to parallel as I can with the front of the mat. Keep the power up in those legs. Get nice and tall if you want to fold. If you want to stay up in the prep like this, so you could stay here. If you want to go into the fold, go into the fold. Even here, if you're going to go forearms, right? See, I don't look down by my elbows. I'm looking out in front of my hands so that the spine stays nice and tall here. Couple more breaths in that nice opener in the back of the hip and the leg. And then inhale, come up, place the hands, lift the hips, unwind that left leg back to where the ceiling and the wall meet. Exhale, lower it down. Look forward, bend your knees, step or jump between your hands, swing your arms up, take a nice big reach. Maybe curl back. Hands in front. All right, grab your mats, find a spot on the wall, we'll go upside down. If you're at home, you don't have the wall to kick up on, you can always lay on your mat. Interlace your hands behind your thighs, you reach your heel to the sky, and then you can do side two. Take a bunch of breaths here. Or if you're at home or in the studio, it's not your day to invert, and you want to do legs up the wall or a pose that feels good to you, whatever you want to work on. I'll talk everyone through downward dog and L pose, but you're more than welcome to do any variation that feels good to you. Handstand, headstand, tripod. We did shoulders today and some chest, so Pincha is probably pretty accessible for a lot of you. If you want to play with Pincha Mayurasana, go for that. Work in the upper back would be L pose. A little more strength in the upper back. So if you want to stick with me, all fours, hands and knees, feet are touching the wall. If you want to work on your own, whenever you're ready. So with me, all fours, take a couple breaths. When you're ready, lift the knees and the hips, come to a short downward dog. Step one foot up the wall, and then the second foot up the wall. And with the knees bent, you're in downward dog, inverted. With your legs straight, you're in L pose. Nice, y'all. Keep breathing. Now, to make sure we're integrated in L pose and in downward dog inverted, you want to keep bringing your chest towards the wall that your feet are on. And that's going to take the arms truly overhead. You're going to feel that there's that nice connection.
Nice, y'all. Nice, y'all. Look awesome. Nice, Yov. Awesome, crew. Give yourself maybe another 30 seconds or so. All right, let's meet on our backs. So as always, if you want to go supported bridge, you know you're welcome to. You're going to put the block on your sacrum. So it would look like this. If you're not sure, supported bridge, you take the block. We tend to go low and medium. I know some of you go high, all right? But you take the block here at your sacrum, not at your crack, because that's where your lumbar is. That's too low, not where your lumbar is. That's too high, right in that solid part of your pelvis. Knees are bent. Feet are on the floor. First, I'll talk you into bridge, and then wheel. First one bridge, second one wheel. But feel free to do 2 bridges or 2 wheels or whatever feels good to you. Charge the legs up, just like we've been doing all of today. So push down, sweep those inner heels out, hug those shins in, pull your heels to your butt. Bring your belly button to your spine. Well, pull that pelvic floor up first. Pull your belly button in. Pull your shutters closed. Shoulders back, head back. Slowly lift the hips. To get into the shoulders a little deeper here, the chest, interlace your hands behind your back. Wiggle your shoulders under a little bit deeper here. Keep the power in the legs. Let the knees reach forward. Let the upper palate of the mouth reach back so the throat opens up. And then stay engaged as you release the hands. Slowly lower down. See if you get that sacrum to land flat. Take the feet wide, let the knees touch. Bring your hands to cactus or field goal. If the back of your hands don't touch the floor, that's okay. Take the blocks and put them underneath the back of your hands to help boost the floor up a little bit. Second one, I'll talk you into wheel. Inhale, open the knees, reset the feet, bring the arms back along the sides. Start to fire up from the legs through the core with the head and the shoulders back. Slowly lift the hips. Now, if you're going to interlace your hands behind your back, swap the hand holds. So if the left pinky was under, right pinky. If you're going to go wheel, place your hands wide to the edges of your mat and turn your hands out. You're going to notice when you turn your hands out that your elbows come in line with the outside of your shoulders. We want that. Now plug your shoulders back. There's the integration. Now push down to come up. That's how we keep our shoulders safe. One more breath. Stay engaged as you lower down. Take the feet wide, let the knees touch.
Hands to cactus or field goal. And then windshield wiper the knees side to side. When you balance both sides out, come to neutral. Hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a little hug or make a couple small circles here. Come to neutral. Keep the knees bent. Let the legs fall towards the right. Keep the left shoulder rooted down. You could put the block between the knees here to help stack that left hip up. Or you could put the block underneath the outside of the right leg. It'll bring the floor a little bit higher and make the twist a little more accessible. Inhale, come back to center. Pause in the middle. When you're ready, the knees are going to fall towards the left, and we're going to root the right shoulder down. Sometimes the shoulder peels up as the legs go to one side. If that happens, you're going to breathe up out of the waist, and then you're going to root back into that right shoulder. Your legs are much heavier, right, than your legs and your hips are much heavier than your upper body's going to be. So sometimes it takes it for a little bit of a ride. If that happens, just reroute it back down. And stay with your belly in and your shutters closed so you get that nice twist through the spine and through those obliques, spinal erectors. Inhale, come back to center. Take the legs out straight, reach the arms up overhead. Stretch, reach. Keep the arms plugged, even though they're overhead. As you spread your fingers and your toes, feel all that space that we make. And hug those knees to your chest. Take those knees wide. Come to happy baby. Knees are wider than our shoulders. And now draw your knees towards your ears. And that's how you get the opener in the back of the hip. With your knees wide is how you're getting the opener in the inside of the thighs. And then if you want to go to the back of the leg, you reach one leg out or both legs out, whatever feels good. When you're ready, inhale the knees to center. Exhale the legs out straight. We'll take Shavasana. Beautiful practice, crew. Feel free to add or remove layers or props. I'm going to talk everyone through laying flat, but you're more than welcome to do a variation that feels good to you. And here, as we lay back, we let the legs stretch out and the feet roll open. And then in the arms and the shoulders, we're going to turn the open palm to the sky. And as we do that, we're going to take the arms into external rotation. It's going to feel like the shoulders settle back. We want that. Then we let the head rest back. And we feel the mat, right? The earth underneath us. And with that support, we get heavy. We let our mind turn back to the breath. That's going to get light. Each exhale is going to clear and remove and make space for us so that our inhales can draw in something new, the change, the result from the work that we did. And the heart's going to open as it prepares to move into the practice of life, the yoga of life, where we would challenge ourselves again. That's how we grow. That's how we improve ourselves, each other, our communities. the heart will bring us back to the mat. To play again. Begin here to draw in a deeper breath. Feeling the breath as it washes over the body, your toes, your fingers, the crown of your head, through your heart, as we reawaken that better version of ourself. Let the fingers and the toes wiggle. Let the arms and the legs stretch or reach, moving in a way that feels good to you. Taking your time, moving slowly and consciously. Chest and just roll to the right side. When you're ready, push your hands down, come up to a seated position. We'll meet together with our eyes closed and our hands in front of our hearts. And one more time to seal in our practice, our time together, the sound of Om, all together. Deep breath in. Beautiful. As we softly bow our head to our heart, our head to each other's hearts. For all of that hard work and that determination, that challenge, the love and the support you always give each other, it's to you that I bow. Namaste. Crew, good to see everyone. Super fun as always. Home crew, you know if you need me, hit me up.